apparently, our power play pressure is set to defend lead. That might be the greatest thing that we've discovered here in terms of optimizing the team, is that our power play coach says, you know what, boys? Defense first. On a power play that has Connor Bedard. So I thought I was going to be able to set up all this and just be like, hey, start a new video for the YouTube side. No, this is it. That's our power play right there. That's our number one power play. The second PP is going to run our only really high-scoring defenseman, Kevin Korchinski. We are going to add in Kanserov. We got Reichel, we got Kurashev, and then we got to take out Doc for Nazar. So can't believe it, but Dylan Cousins is not worthy of any power play time based on his performances, which is very disappointing. Nazar is also our only right-handed shot for the second power play, which is a bit disappointing. But we'll survive. We're going to have Lucas Reichel post up in front. Reichel, I believe in you, buddy. The distributor needs to be Kevin Korchinski. The finisher needs to be Kanserov, really. I was thinking Nazar, but it's got to be Kanserov. In fairness, the distributor then should probably be Nazar. Power play. Face-off wise, that's fine. Who cares? So we have an optimized power play. We have optimized lines. Again, this is what it looks like. Good old MH. Old Michael. With Connor Bedard and Oliver Moore. We have Cale Dock, Joe Nightingale, Roman Kanserov, Lucas Reichel, Frank Nazar, Philip Kurashev, Paul Ludwinski, Dylan Cousins, and Cole Temple. Again, we have a lineup based off of performance this season. Yes, Dylan Cousins was one of the 3 worst forwards on the team despite having power play time all season long. He has been a massive bust in regards to this team. Our defense is Vyacheslav Brizgalov with Kevin Korchinski, Anton Silyev with Zane Appleby, Mikey Anderson, and Nolan Allen. The goaltender, Jesper Wallstedt. So we're good. Harley, Johnson, and Samuelson do not make the lineup for this postseason. We already know it's going to be our old friends in Nashville. The ones who ended the Hawks dynasty by embarrassing them and punking them out in the playoffs. And we'll see if we can finally get some revenge here, or if our 3rd season at the helm of the Hawks. 3rd? 4th? 4th? I forget how many frickin' seasons we've had here because it's been a bit of a nightmare. I think this is our 4th. First 2 seasons we missed the playoffs. Season 3 we made the playoffs. This is our 4th season already with this team. Jesus. Well, let's take a look at Nashville. They also pissed away a chance at the division title. They led the division for quite a bit of time in the regular season. Well, if X Factors mean anything, we're boned. James Scantlebury, former Calder winner, James Hagens, and Saul Kolchak. Saul. Oh, God. Unbelievable. Maxim Groshev with Matthew Wood and Brady Wasselin. Don't tell me it's pronounced Brady. It's fucking not. It's not my fault. His parents hate him. Andrei Kuzmenko is with Avery Arcabello and Luke Evangelista. And Phil Tomasino with Asher Jenkins and Casey Middlestat. The defense is Sam Girard and Logan Hensler. Artem Zub and Sam Dickinson. Aaron Kiviharu with Vladislav Gavrikov. The goaltender is Yaroslav Askarov. Fuck. This, this isn't going to go well, is it? At least we made the playoffs again. It's my one positive. At least we made the playoffs again. In terms of ratings, we have a 99 offense, an 89 defense, and 90 goaltending. They are 99, 88, and 89. So technically, we match up well against them. We have the best player on either side. But yeah, I don't know if I'm being too optimistic. Game number 1 in Chicago. Let's see how this series goes. First period, 2-0. Kanserov and Reichel. Okay. Second period. Yep, there it is. You didn't fool me, EA. You didn't fool me. I expected it. I brought it to reality. Why is the word escaping me? I'm a sorcerer. Yeah, we're tied. Dickinson and Wasselin. Manifested. That's the right word. Thank you. I was gonna go with conjured, and I'm like, that's correct, but not technically the word I was looking for at the time. Third period, 2-2 game. And it's now 3 unanswered goals for your friendly neighborhood Hicks. Joe Nightingale is able to tie the game at 3 apiece. Are we going to overtime in game number 1? Yes, we are. I'm going to sim. Elimination games or cup finals only. I love calling AI versus AI, but we do need to make progress, so. We'll march, we'll move, and we will win game number 1. Michael, game-winning goal a cycle. We win game 1, 4-3, after nearly blowing it. What a performance for Jesper Wallstedt. 2-assist night for Oliver Moore. And a victory for the bad guys. Michael P.S. Haig. All the way from Badge Street, USA. Game number 1 to the good guys. We'll jump right into game 2. I'll avoid making any compulsory line changes as I'm oft to do. First period is goalless. Okay. It's not great for us, but it's not great for them either. Second period. Shorthanded goal for Scantlebury. Nightingale tied it. Andrei Kuzmenko restores the lead. Michael Hagenbottom. High noon at the Alamo. Scored on by a dude named Scantlebury. I know. 10 minutes to go here in the third. We are down by 1, putting just 1 puck past Mr. Askarov. Can we tie it late? The answer is no. Nashville takes game 2 by the score of 2-1. And this series is tied at 1 game apiece. Wallstedt doing his best, but it did not matter. Doesn't that sound familiar for us in the playoffs? We are also 2 games in without a Connor Bedard goal, who is looking like the biggest playoff choke artist I have ever had in a franchise mode. Genuinely terrible. We'll go to game 3. We won't make any lineup changes unless we lose this game. Bridgestone Arena. They're beating the shit out of cars in the parking lot. First period. Luke Evangelista and Saul Kovalchuk. 2 goals in 7 seconds in the first 2 minutes of the game. Second period, still 2-0. It's not looking good, is it? Not looking good. Connor, if you'd like to score any time now, would be just peachy. Power play, nothing doing. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, yep. Here we go. And there it is, a 32 save shutout for Yaroslav Askarov. We have lost 2 in a row and are down 2-1 in the series. Not great. Not great. I mean, we can't blame Wallstead. He has been what you would need a player of that caliber to be. When are we shipping Cousins to Saturn? I mean, if it was my choice to be able to move somebody, I would have already done it. Second and third pair aren't clicking. We'll go Anderson, Siliev, Appleby, and Allen to try and get something going there. What do we want to do here? Oh, what do we want to do? I think we just go with the highest performances so far. Which is oftentimes a disaster, but that is what we are going to do. So Ludwinski is where he is at. Cousins has been a ghost in this series so far. So has Temple. Kurashev. Can we run 9 defensemen? Honestly, might not be the worst idea. Kurashev pretty much running even. Nazar is pretty much running even. Reichel, that entire line's been pretty average. Cale Dock hasn't done much. Joe Nightingale has been our best player so far. Kantsarov hasn't done much. Oliver Moore kind of equals out. Connor Bedard has been one of our worst players. And Michael Motorcycle has been one of our worst players as well. Well, this is going to be stupid. It'll be Cousins, Temple, and Michael P.S. Haig on the 4th line. Bedard's going to the 3rd line. The question is with who? And I believe the answer is we're going to go with Nazar and Kurashev. Moore will be with Kantsarov and Reichel, and we'll have Ludwinski, Nightingale, Doc as the top line. Horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. As we base lines on performance, that this is what we're looking at. I may have made a terrible mistake jumping to this team from St. Louis. Absolutely terrible. Connor, we need some goal scoring, my man, and we need it fast. It's game 4. We're down 2-1 in the series. Big trouble on the horizon. First period. Frank Nazar gets the opening goal. Thank God. Second period. Okay, well, Bedard scored, but we also gave up 3 goals in the period and are down 3-2. 2 goals for Scantlebury. We go to the 3rd, down by a goal in a game where Bedard has finally showed up. Kevin Korchinski is tied it on the power play. 3-3. Scantlebury hat trick. Kantsarov ties the game. Wheels, it did not, so there's only going to be one podcast this week. It's going to be on Thursday. Luke Evangeliste. It looked like we might get to overtime. We do not. It's a 6-4 loss. And our backs are now against the wall. Bedard did have a 2-point game. Nothing's working. And Cale Dock is out with a hamstring injury, meaning we are going to have to run 7 defensemen. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go best lines. We're going to take Appleby out for Harley for the moment. Johnson's going to be out for Appleby for the moment. We are going to play Kevin Korchinski as a forward. Brizgalov in there. It might as well be Samuelson that comes in. Allen, oh God, we have so many players that have just done nothing, man. So Allen's been struggling. We have Anderson struggling as well. Appleby has been horrific. Samuelson technically hasn't played yet. I know it shows numbers there, but he hasn't played yet in the series. Those are going to be last year's numbers. Yeah. Silyev has done nothing. Big shout out to LFC, by the way, for the gifted sub. Very much appreciated. I hope to God it brings us some luck, because otherwise we are getting bounced right here and right now. I mean, we still got to trust Wallstead here. Appleberry is going to be out, or Appleby, Appleberry. I don't even want to call him by his fucking name. The better defensemen in the regular season, they were both about even. We're going to go for Thomas Harley, I think. It's going to be Samuelson and Anderson as our top pairing. With Brizgalov and Silyev. Yes, the recorder solo at the end of that song. Oh, I love it. I think that'll be the combination here. Yeah, for now at least. For the forwards, I do, at this point, just want to run with the best lines possible. Kevin Korchinski is going to play with Connor Bedard. It's going to be Korchinski, Bedard, and Nazar. We're going to go with the highest rated players in the highest spots out of pure desperation. No other way to put it. Just the highest rated players in the best spots. And we'll see if it's too little too late. It may very well be. How much do you hate your GM? I hate the players more than anything, because honestly, the GM hasn't been particularly bad. Especially this season. It's just these frickin' players, man. We're going to take Samuelson out for Johnson. It's going to be Anderson, Silyev, Brizgalov, Johnson, Allen, and Harley. Come on, give the sub to me. They cannot. Thoughts on what's going on with the Sens? I mean, they made the right choice with the coaching change. I can say that much. Ludwinski is going to be out for Samuelson. We're going to play him at forward. Just to see what the hell happens. Desperation. Pure desperation at this stage, trying to keep our season alive. It is game number 5. It's been a whole lot of lineup changes. Again, desperation. First period, 2-1. Bedard and Silyev with the goals. Tomasino kicked off the scoring on the power play. Bedard's woken up, but is it too little too late? Second period. 2 goals apiece. Scantleberry and Wood for us, Ryan Johnson and Frank Nazar. We have 4 goals on 18 shots, yet we only lead by 1. Connor Bedard has scored again. Finally waking the hell up. No power play goal. Up by 2, halfway through the third. Can we force game 6? Back in Nashville, Evangelista gets him to within 1. P.S. Haig gets us back up by 2, and we will, live to see another day. 6-4 win in Game 5. It's about time Bedard showed up. Samuelsson had 2 assists, by the way, playing left wing. That's amazing. It's fucking amazing. All right. Game 6. As St. Louis has been eliminated by Anaheim. Can we force Game 7 back on home ice, or will this series end? First period. James Hagens makes it 1-0. Second period. Kurashev tied it. Tomasino and Evangelista have Nashville up by 2, heading into the third. Power play. Brizgalov, the defenseman, scores. We're within 1. But we're running out of time. Silyev. 2 goals from defensemen. And with 2 minutes to go, we are tied. We have to jump in from here. Unbelievable. That reverse retro still slaps for Nashville, by the way. Okay. Okay. Here we are. Big moment. 1:22 on the clock. Tied at 3. We must win. We're going home either way. Cousins couldn't get the shot off. Korchinski to Kurashev. Glove save. I don't know where Bedard is. Again, we're going home. It's just whether or not our season's over. If there will be a Game 7, good blocker save. Kurashev to Silyev. We don't want the boys to sit back. We want the boys to be aggressive. We want the boys to be very aggressive. Nearly own gold. Go, boys. Time to be aggressive. Kurashev. In control. Couldn't windmill.
Trying a nifty move when you have good hands. Sometimes it works, sometimes you get denied, and that's what happened there.
Wasselin. Zub can't get the shot through. Korchinski for Bedard. Connor Bedard. Can't sauce it through. 15 seconds left in regulation. Zub for Matthew Wood. Groshev. Hit. Zub. Doesn't go. Wasselin back to Zub. Nazar has it. Korchinski's out of gas. We're going to overtime. Season's on the line. And we are going to overtime. 34 shots apiece. Time on attack was pretty close. Makes sense. Explain the differences in this game and Madden in terms of X Factor development. Madden, more, both, Madden, it can happen in the offseason too. Oh my God, Ryan Johnson? Jesus. NHL, though, there's no breakout moments or anything like that. You literally have no control over it. It's just something that happens, mainly based off like player type and performance. Madden, you get a little bit more control. Like a big game or a couple of big games can lead to a chance at a breakout moment that you can then have some control over. Bedard to Nazar, nearly snuck it home. There we go. Kantsarov, Cousins, and Kurashev. Now would be the time for Dylan Cousins to really show up here. Mikey Anderson to Kantsarov. Caught on the backhand. Kantsarov shot save. Full pressure. I'm going to be calling a timeout here to get Bedard out there. Timeout right now. Get Bedard out there with full pressure. I'd pull the goalie if it wasn't too risky. Feels kind of bad. Oh, it's not a great system for player development. It's not. It's better than what it was, but yeah, compared to Madden, the idea that, you know, somebody can become a star for you. Is there any way to foster the growth of X Factors? Not in my experience. I mean, playing someone on the top line in power play helps, but it's still no guarantee. Oh, shit. I called a timeout and that alleviated full pressure. Well, I just learned something as a coach. You're never too old to learn, right? I had no idea that would happen. That might be a mistake that cost us. Korchinski to Silyev, nearly turns it over. Nazar, blocker save. Bedard to get it back. Nazar over! Korchinski fanned on it. That's a feature, not a bug. Yeah. Going to alleviate full pressure. Grossev shot, save. Basket catch for Wallstead. I do agree the timeout thing is fine. I prefer it. I just didn't know it was a thing. But yeah, now breakout moments for NHL would be nice, or just like a story progression, essentially, of like, hey, this kid's doing well. Call him up. Who knows what might happen. Bedard, loose puck. Askarof's there. Korchinski, Bedard, Nazar, our top line. Bedard wins another draw. Silyev to Mikey Anderson. Anderson can't pick the corner. Come on, Connor. Come on. It's James Hagens. Can't win the draw. Hensler can't get the puck out. Good job by Nazar. Couldn't keep it in. Gets it to Korchinski. Korchinski to Connor Bedard. He couldn't bury it. Full pressure again. Silyev's shot. It was broken up. Gerard battling Nazar. Korchinski towards goal. And Hensler is going to be able to clear. Hagens for Kovalchuk. Scantlebury nearly dragged it through. Dylan Cousins! Yes! We're going to 7. Dylan Cousins finally shows up. Woo! It's about time. We're going home for Game 7. Goodness gracious. We'll take another look at that one. 44th shot of the game. And it all starts here. Hagens with Scantlebury. Kovalchuk finds him. And then look at the psychopath. Wallstead plays it out to Mikey Anderson. But we catch him on the counter. Anderson up the wall, finds Phil Kurashev, avoids the hit. 2 Preds players get caught onside for Cousins. The breakaway and the goal that sends us to a 7th game in this opening round series against Nashville. Look at the elation. Yeah, that's a look at how happy he is. He's kind of smiling. I don't know what that expression is. That's somewhere between I'm excited I scored and did I leave the stove on. But there it is. We are going to a 7th game in this series. Thank God. Back-to-back wins. With our backs against the wall. Bedard's now at 6 points in 6 games. We're not going to change anything. Game 7. The winner moves on to play the Colorado Avalanche in the 2nd round. Here we are. First period. Kanserov strikes first. Second period. Nashville has a 2-0 or 2-0, I should say. I think 2-1. I don't even know. I feel like they have a 2-0 record when they had the lead heading into the third period. I feel like I counted that wrong, though. We're in trouble. Lucas Reichel ties it 53 seconds into the third period. That's pretty helpful. Power play. Jesus Christ, what'd you shoot the fucking guy? Mikey Anderson makes it 3-2. An unlikely goal scorer. 5.5 to go. Can we hold on? From 3-1 down, they figure it out and win the series. Thank God. Way too talented to fall short that early. 3 unanswered victories. And we advance. 37 saves for Jesper Wallstedt. And thank God we're not getting bounced in the first round. Primarily thanks to Philip Kurashev. By the end of it, we saw the well-rounded scoring that we had seen all season long. But those middle round games were bad. Bad. Shout out to Kevin Korchinski as well. We made the right choice, too, getting rid of certain people from the lineup. We did. Wallstedt finished with a .916 save percentage. Boys, you can't play it after one series win. You got to save that for the end. Stop it. Sheesh. We already know who it's going to be in round number 2. The team that stole away the division title from us in the final week of the season, it is Colorado. This is gonna suck.